If you've never made $10,000 a month profit online, then watch this video. I'm going to share with you the 3 reasons why you've never hit it and what I believe to be the best model to hit your first $10,000 a month or your next $10,000 a month profit online with ease, or as easily as possible. So let's get into it. My experience in the online business world, I've been full-time since 2016. Prior to that, I was working a 9 to 5. I've been involved with pretty much every business model you can think of, both successfully and unsuccessfully. But my first $10,000 a month online profit was in 2016, early 2016, and it was with an e-com business. This e-com business is what allowed me to quit my job in September of 2016, and I had my first $10,000 a month while I was still working at a 9 to 5. So I was building my e-com store, had my first $10,000 a month profit. I actually didn't quit my job until multiple months of hitting that, and I wanted some security before I left. So first $10,000 a month in 2016, almost 9 years ago now, okay? First $10,000 day was with the same business in 2017. So we were ramping up ads, we were doing more marketing, we were doing more emails, and had my first $10,000 day in 2017, which was a pretty awesome feeling. I mean, all of this is awesome. But first $10,000 day, same business, 2017. Then in 2018, I had my first $10,000 hour. So I had sold my ecom business. I started a service business where I was offering lead generation as a service and had closed 2 clients back to back. These are tech companies, and I was doing their lead gen on LinkedIn and outbound prospecting for them. I closed 2 clients back to back, made $10,000 in an hour. So that was 2018. And then 6 years later, I had my first monster day, right? So November 5th, 2024, just last year, had my first $100,000 day. As you can see here, $142,962. And this was selling a mixture of info products, consulting, and service. I had done a big promotion and sold a lot of different offers in info, consulting, and service in that time period. All that to say, I've been in online business for a pretty long time now, almost 9 years, and I've had my $10,000 months, I've had $10,000 days, $10,000 hours, up to $100,000 in a day. And if you've never hit $10,000, these are the 3 reasons why, or what I believe to be the 3 reasons why, because in my experience, these are the things that I fixed that allowed me to get to $10,000 a month plus online. The first thing is not selling burgers to a starving crowd. And I first heard this story, it was about Gary Halbert, who's one of the greatest copywriters of all time. And I believe he was teaching to a university class. And he had asked them the question, like, if we were competing and we both had a hamburger stand and you could have any advantage you could think of, any advantage, what would you want? And so some people were like, oh, I want really high quality buns with the sesame seeds on top, or I want really high quality beef that's shipped in straight from Japan or whatever. I want the best location for my hamburger stand where it's really busy. And Gary just kept shaking his head and he was like, none of these, I would still beat the brakes off of all of you. None of these answers are good enough. All I would want is a starving crowd. And so basically what Gary's saying is he's a marketer, right? That's his background, obviously. But if he just has a starving crowd, right? People who really, really, really are hungry for this certain thing, he doesn't really need to do any of that other stuff, right? High quality beef, best location, whatever. He would just take the burger and throw it out into the crowd and people would just like fight each other and kill each other over it, right? So what we want to do is get as close to this as possible, right? We want to sell burgers to a starving crowd. We want to sell something that's in demand, that doesn't require us to try to have to convince somebody really hard, like why they would want something. It would be like trying to sell a burger to a vegan. So we want to sell burgers to a starving crowd. You need to sell something that people want. And it sounds very obvious, but I see people all the time trying to force people or convince them on why they want to buy a certain thing. So we want to sell something that's in demand to a starving crowd. Second thing is not doing your Jerry Seinfeld. It was an article or something that I had read, and it really stuck with me. I think someone asked him about his productivity system. Jerry Seinfeld is the most successful and the richest comedian of all time. I believe he's worth $1 billion plus. And someone had asked him how he became so successful, how he was so productive. And Jerry, this might not be totally exactly how he said it, but he said, when I was on the come up and when I was just getting my start as a comedian, I would have this calendar, and the only goal that I had was every day I had to put an X. I would have to write a joke and I would have to put an X on the calendar if I actually did it. My only goal was to never break the chain. Okay, never break the chain. So the Jerry Seinfeld is never break the chain. And what this means, I have people reaching out to me all the time, and they'll send me things and say, hey, I'm trying to hit this goal. I want to hit $10,000 a month. I've tried this and it's just not working. Why isn't it working? And I'll ask them what they did. And they'll show me, oh, I sent like 50 cold emails for, a week and no one responded. Or I sent 100 messages on LinkedIn and didn't get a client, didn't make $5,000. And it's because they're not doing their Jerry Seinfeld, right? They did 1 week of Jerry Seinfeld. They did 2 weeks where they didn't break the chain, and then they just broke the chain and never got back to connecting the chain again, okay? And so the real message behind this is just consistency, going and doing the work and sticking with it for a long enough period of time, right? Not just going and doing the reps, like not just going to the gym and doing a bunch of reps for one day. You want to do it over a long period of time. Look at this, right? This is almost 9 years of being full-time doing this. And I haven't always been successful, but every day I've been pretty much consistent. Every day I've worked. Every day I put something into it, try to make myself better. And I started building my audience, putting content out there around 2020. And that's when I started my daily email list and putting content out pretty much multiple platforms every day. But even before that, I was prospecting every day. I was starting conversations every day. I was selling every day. So I did my Jerry Seinfeld for many years, almost 9 years now. I've done my Jerry Seinfeld. So never break the chain, right? Don't break the chain. If you are doing something for 1 week or 2 weeks and you're expecting to make $1 million, well, that's your problem. That's why you haven't hit $10,000 in a month. The third thing is you're just not doing the math. And what I mean by this, if we want to let's just break this down, right? If we want to make $10,000 in a single month profit, what is the easiest way to do that? Well, what if we just have a $10,000 product or service and we sold it to one person? That's the easiest way to hit $10,000, right? We sell one $10,000 thing to one person. And if you are just starting out, and I kind of fell into this trap too, and luckily I actually joined the online business world and joined e-com specifically at a time when there was a gold rush, but it's not as easy anymore. And so if you want to hit $10,000 a month plus online and do it as easily as possible, it's not going to be by selling a $10 thing 1,000 times, right? If you can sell one thing for $10,000 one time, it's a lot easier than finding 10 or 1,000 customers for a $10 product. So not doing the math, it's just like, what is the easiest path to get to $10,000? Well, it's to sell something higher ticket where the numbers shake out, the numbers make sense. Now, with all that being said, what do I think is the best model to hit $10,000 a month profit with ease? Well, let me tell you. It is to sell a service. And this really hasn't changed. My opinion on this has been to sell a service since probably 2018 because I grew the service business really quickly, and you can grow it for very, very minimal costs. So sell a service. That's the easiest way to hit $10,000 a month profit. And what you want to do is not just sell any service. You want to find something that's in demand and high ticket. So something you can sell for $5,000 plus. It's easy to deliver. So you don't have to be a rocket scientist to learn it and deliver it to clients. And it's easy to find clients for. Remember the starving crowd, and we want to sell burgers to that starving crowd. And I think that I found the perfect service for this. It's book publishing for clients. Because of AI and technology, we can publish books without any experience, without any writing, and we can do it very, very quickly, and it's a high quality book. And I put this all into a system that I call the 1 hour book system. And you can offer this once you learn the system, and you can do it for a very cheap price. I'll tell you how to do it at the end of this video. But once you learn the system, you can offer this to clients and get paid $5,000 plus. And I'm going to show you proof of this from people who had no experience doing this before. Okay. Now, before we do that, $10,000 per month math. What does this look like in practice, right? In the real world? Well, let's take a platform like LinkedIn, which is probably my favorite place to prospect for clients and new business, specifically for this service. So we can reach out to 600 prospects a month on LinkedIn. That's about 20 prospects a day. And if we do that, we can get 1% of them to book a call with us for more info. So that's 6 people out of those 600 to book a call with us to learn more about this service. And that's actually shooting a little low based on what I've seen with my own outreach and with students that I've taught this to. Once we get those 6 people to book calls with us, we can make them a no-brainer offer, which is, hey, I'm going to do this service for you. I know that you want this service. You pay me the $5,000. You pay me the fee after you're happy with this service. And we can go through, we can deliver this service very quickly, and we can get clients easily, right? Nothing is truly that easy when it comes to making money, but we can get clients as easy as possible and making them a no-brainer offer, which is, I'm going to do this service for you. and you can pay me once you're happy with the final product or the final service. And if we can close 2 of those people on $5,000 service deals where we're publishing their books in this case, then we have a $10,000 a month incoming. Okay. Now you're probably saying, that sounds great in theory. Does this actually work for people who have no experience and no background and are not book publishers or writers? And the answer is yes, it can work for them too. So here's some people who had no experience, no background in this. I don't actually know anyone who has experience in book publishing as a service, other than the people who run big book publishing agencies. And so these are some people who no background in this, complete newbies. And here's one person here. This is March, final tally on the week. Learned the system, started reaching out to people, 3 clients signed and deposits collected, $15,000 in value. So he's doing half upfront, half upon completion, $7,000 collected upfront, and he has a pipeline full of other people who are interested as well. So he's working the leads, he's chugging along, he's reaching out on LinkedIn as well, and he's getting clients, I don't want to say super easily, but easier than any other service if you were to go out and offer it. And he can deliver it very quickly. Here is another student who she had no background in this either. Just wanted to tell you that I've sold my first business book for £5,000 just purely on what I've seen in the first 2 courses I got from you. So she bought my membership, which I'll tell you about at the end of this video. Very inexpensive. She learned the system. She started reaching out and she's getting clients, right? $5,000 for this first client, paying a $1,000 deposit and then 2 payments of $2,000 each. But when that first $2,000 payment hits, I'm coming to the accelerator. So the accelerator is where you can personally work with me to get to $10,000 a month plus, offering this as a service. But you can see here, no experience, came in, learned the system, got a client paying $5,000. And that's the hardest part, right? Getting your first client, just proving to yourself you can do this and seeing that it's possible. So this is another student. Here's a third. He came in, he learned the system in a matter of a few days, closed his first client for $3,000. Then he just went on a rampage. He closed 2 other clients at $3,000. He upped his prices. I believe he's on his 7th or 8th client now, and he's charging around $5,000. And now he's also doing book launches for them. So after he creates and launches their books, he also does the marketing where he promotes the book and he helps them create the different products and services that are sold after the book. So now he's beyond $10,000 a month. And he started off not knowing anything about this as a service. So these are some students. Pretty much everyone that I've taught this to had no background, because who do you actually know that has a background in book publishing other than those book publishing agencies? So is this possible, right? Is this the easiest way to hit $10,000 a month profit? I think so. It is a service. It's in demand. It's high ticket. It's easy to deliver. You don't need any experience. It costs nothing to do either. There's no startup expenses. It's easy to find clients because there's a lot of experts and business owners out there. And if you go to Google and you type in how many people want to publish a book, you'll see that 80% of Americans say they want to write a book, which is a starving crowd, but less than 1% ever do, right? So they're starving for that burger. In this case, it's the book publishing service. So if this sounds interesting to you and you want help learning and applying this system and making money from this, then I'd like to invite you either to the membership, which is $9.90 a month or $99 for lifetime access. And you will learn this service, you will learn this system, you will learn how to create books really quickly without writing them, without any startup expenses, and then how to find people who want this and will pay for this as a service. Or if you want to move faster, you want to personally work with me on getting to $10,000 plus per month as quickly as possible, then you can also check out the accelerator, and that will be linked in the description as well as the membership. Now, if you're an expert, you're a business owner, and you like this system, but you don't want to learn to do this for clients, you'd rather me just do it for you, I have a premium service where I will build this out for you, the book, the funnel, and help you to sell it. And it's not cheap, but you get what you pay for. And if you want me to custom build this out for you one-on-one, I can do that. That's also going to be linked in the description. But this is what I believe to be the best model to hit $10,000 per month with ease profit. And if you've never made $10,000 a month online, I hope this helps you. These are the reasons why. And this is what I believe to be the best vehicle right now. It's not going to be this way forever. With every opportunity, with every service, there's a window where you can get in and it's really easy. I experienced that with eCom in 2016. And right now, I see this as the same window for this particular service. So go in the description, join the membership, join the accelerator. You can also hit me up about custom build if you are an expert or business owner, you want this all built for you. But I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video.